Russia is a country settled in the borders of European and Asian countries. This vast nation has a very particular type of government, because by definition, Russia is declared as a democratic, federative, law based state. But if we analyze how Russian citizens are ruled nowadays, we can conclude that this country has some backlashes from its past autocratic government. Karl Marx states that history repeats itself, first as tragedy, second as farce. This quote gives purpose to our essay because we consider that characteristics that Russia's past government had have remerged in today's world. To explain why we stated that Russia's government isn't democratic, we need to define what the government we concluded this nation has still going on, which is an authoritarian government, more specifically, an autocratic one. An authoritarian government concentrates all power in a leader with no accountability or limits on power. It is usually self appointed and it is characterized by oppressive regimes. Now that we define this, we can start with the background of our statement, which is the autocratic government Russia had in the 19th century. In 1825, when Emperor Alexander I was succeeded by his brother Nicholas, rebellion started. Nevertheless, they were shut off immediately, with punishments such as exile in Siberia. Nicholas went on to adopt an official doctrine with three main pillars: orthodoxy, autocracy, and nationality. This meant that the state rested on the church, the Tsar, and the Russian national spirit. After trying to oppress any type of rebellion, Nicholas gave the power to his son Alexander II. And he embraced reforms in order to modernize this nation. He abolished serfdom, which was a major advance, but poverty was still a common situation among Russian citizens. His reforms continued on. Alexander II was killed due to the fact that radical political groups were frustrated by the limited reforms he had approved. This act of violence would only lead to more repression. His son, Alexander III, believed that the reforms were not efficient, and as emperor, he re-established an autocratic government. He supported the Orthodox Church and the Russian identity. With these events, we can observe why Russia is so devoted to the Orthodox Church, and why Vladimir Putin has been selected several times as prime minister. As an authoritarian type of government was held for so many years, some authors stated that Russia does not have a clear concept of how a democracy should look like. Their conservative way of thinking is strongly linked with their autocratic roots.